And we're live. Greetings, friends. Welcome, Eagles Pro. Early in the chat says, hey guys, welcome Eagles Pro. J-Lash with the thumbs ups. I always know I will have a great stream if Eagles Pro is, or if J-Lash has the thumbs up. Metro says, yo, I didn't make it last stream. I made it here. Welcome, Metro. Happy Saturday. Eagles Pro says, hey yourself. Turtles is back. Greetings, friend. Turtle says hi. We are joined once again by Sadie, the channel dog, who is awake for the moment. As we search for the Grullo done Mustang. Top Hat Plays. Welcome, friend. Happy Saturday. We're gonna go get a Mustang. Sadie had her bath. On Saturdays, she has a bath. Turtle says, greetings. Greetings to you, friend. Appreciate you being here. Welcome back. The second channel where we are doing movie reviews is currently five subs away from 666. So that's a little bit of a landmark of sorts. So if you haven't subscribed to the second channel, I would appreciate a sub. And you can see my movie and blu-ray reviews and TV shows. I think I'm going to do Jack Reacher Season 2 next. Jack Reacher on Amazon. So I have a lot to say on Jack Reacher. And I think we need to do something contemporary or at least more modern than what I've been doing. I did a review of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and it just didn't perform as well as the James Bond video, which seemed strange to me. James Bond being a 50-year-old franchise, and I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out in 2019, I believe, 2018, somewhere around there. Quentin Tarantino is polarizing, though. You have to admit, not everyone likes him. And everyone loves Bond. Or so it seems. Miko's here. Miko says, hello, Super Antonio. Hello, Sadie. Glad you saw Sadie, Miko. Hello, mods. Howdy, folks. Happy weekend. Happy weekend to you too, Miko. And Turtle says, looking for a Mustang. We certainly are. Top Hat Plays says, very sick, but I'll always try to join your lives, friends. I really appreciate you being here, Top Hat. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. You just relax, take it easy, and there's our Grullo, right where she is supposed to be. This is the first place I look for a Grullo. This is raw footage from an old video where I wanted to show how easy it is to get a Grullo and how close they are to camp. That you can actually just run there. Turtle says, where's your horse at? You're looking at him, Turtle. We ran to the Grullo done. Turtle says, that's a nice horse. Sure is. One of my favorite. It's a nice speedy horse for Arthur. It's a good alternative to the Arabian. I mean, if you don't want to risk an Arabian, I really love that dorsal stripe that you got on the back. This is the original reason why we started doing Mohawks, is I wanted to continue that stripe all the way through to the tail. And look how fast we can tame these things. If you're having difficulty taming the Arabians, start with the more common horses. Just get some practice in. Metro says, as of now, in my new playthrough, I'm using the horse Hosea gives you to sell in Chapter 2. But I didn't sell it. The unruly bastard. the Black Raven Shire. That's a good horse. Huge, slow, super slow, and no stamina, no acceleration, but he looks so cool. He's huge. I wish we had saved that horse for Arthur's Bad Honor playthrough. I would say it's a great horse for photos and for just riding around, but you know, I wouldn't want to take him into any kind of serious battle. And he's okay at hunting. There are better horses. Turtle says, I love the Arabian horse, especially the black one. Yes, the Sadie Black Arabian. Sleek and small. 9 viewers in the chat. Welcome. Thanks for being here. We're just kind of hanging out, having a nice conversation, looking at horses and the map. You will find both Mustangs above the L in the Heartlands. Top Hat Plays says, wish there was a black Mustang. I believe there is one online. Could be mistaken. Eagles Pro has to go. Thanks for being here, friend. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate you. You have a great weekend. Turtle says, same. Have some yarrow. Turtle says, the black Mustang would be awesome. Yeah, we can ask Serena if she shows up. We can ask about the black Mustang online. I'm pretty sure there is one. And off to the stables we go. How was everyone's week? We made it to the weekend. I spent the week focused mainly on the second channel. We really need to work on the second channel and get that up to at least 1K. I mean, it's there. So I moved my movie and Blu-ray reviews over to that channel. So that channel, for now, at least, is where we're going to talk about movies and TV. Turtle says, only horses I use are the Shires and the Arabians. And Miko says, Lenny's horse is supposed to be a Mustang too, but looks different from the other Mustangs. Yes, Miko. It's supposed to be a Mustang. I assume it's some kind of hybrid, like Sadie's Hera. Turtle says, good, how was your week? Busy, but mostly working on the second channel. I mean, the videos I want to make for this channel that aren't shorts, you know, a Strange Man video and the Moose video, have all the footage. I just need to, you know, put it together. But right now, at least, I'm more focused on the second channel. Metro says the second channel is called Darth Superantonio, and the link is in the pinned comment and in the description of this video. Turtle says nice. Yeah, it would be great if we got to 666 tonight on the second channel. We are at 661, I believe. So we're 5 away. And the next video will be on Jack Reacher, I'm thinking. And then maybe Dune. I mean, everyone's talking about Dune, so we could maybe make a video on that. Not sure. Turtle says, I might need a Mustang now. It looks nice. Yeah. Mustangs are a very underrated horse in this game and so iconic. And this was originally why I started putting mohawks on horses, because the Mustangs look so great with them. Maycall Maltese says, nice. Greetings, friend. Welcome. And me too for Maycall. I suppose about the Mustangs. Grab some supplies. And we're off once again. Metro says, your second channel, very nice. Thank you, friend. Appreciate it. There are some old gaming videos on that channel. It was originally set up for everything non-Red Dead Redemption 2 related video game content, but then this channel took off, so I just kind of focused on that for now, and I've neglected that channel for so long. But I think movies and TV would be a good match on that channel. And we can keep this one focused on Arthur and this game. But you recall on Saturdays we used to do a movie night that didn't do great as far as views go. But if we build up the second channel, we can do movie nights there. That's my idea. Metro says, just sub. Thank you, friend. Maycall says, I love Mustangs. Mustangs love you. And Vio Real says, did you get the Skin Deep trophy? No, I did not. Don't really care about trophies on this channel. We just kind of ride around and play with the horses. Led Zeppelin is back and says, hello, Super Antonio. Greetings, friend. Led Zeppelin 16. He comes from a land of ice and snow. Led Zeppelin, subscribe to my second channel for movie and TV reviews. Just did a review of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that you might be interested in. And I was just saying before you showed up that if we can grow that channel enough, we can do movie nights over there. The movie nights that we used to do here on Saturdays. Michael says, Mustangs are short kings. Yeah, they are small. I don't generally like Arthur on a small horse. But he looks, I mean, they're robust. You know, Arabians are kind of skinny. Arabians look like long distance runners, and Mustangs, they don't look like power lifters, but Mustangs look like CrossFitters, and Ardennes look like power lifters. Led Zeppelin says, okay, that's a good movie. Yeah, I love Quentin Tarantino. I love all his movies. And I have the 4K Collector's Edition. William is a good friend to Arthur, I believe. Even though we don't really do much, he's just kind of an introduction to the Herbalist Challenge, I believe. They have a good relationship. Led Zeppelin just subbed to the second channel. Appreciate you, friend. Thank you so much. Means a lot to me. I've been working hard on that channel. And let's line up another video for you. I usually have these all strung together into one continuous video, but not tonight. So we have to do it manually. And we have the piebald. Makol says, I am in chapter 6 right now. I'm trying to make it until the end of the game with only one horse. I've done that with Arthur's Mahogany Bay Tennessee Walker because I wanted to start the game and finish the game with that horse. I wanted him to say goodbye to that horse. But for me, I don't think I could do it because there are just so many great horses in this game. It's such a pleasure swapping out horses. And we spent far too much time just playing with the horses in this game. And the map. Look above the L of the Heartlands first for a Mustang. Hortus is here. Hortus says, hey y'all. Hey Hort. Greetings. It's just you and me, friend. The mods abandoned us. Mayor Maltese says, I love the brown Turcoman. The Dark Bay Turk. Cerberus, the one we call the bronze Turcoman. Yeah, that's a fine horse. Turks have that annoying neck flop when they are stressed. That's the one thing I don't like about them. Christian is here and says, hello, Super Antonio. I made it. Didn't miss anything important, did I? You are just in time, friend. And I appreciate you being here. Happy Saturday. Led Zeppelin says, what I like to do is chapter 1 with the Mahogany Bay. Then chapter 2 to 6, I use Colt. Then for the last mission, I use the Tennessee Walker. That sounds like a fine plan, Led Zeppelin. Makol says, in the location, I caught a brown Mustang. I used it until the end of the game. Yes, that's the Wild Bay Mustang, the Bay Roan Mustang. That's a good one. I prefer the Grullo. And Horseman 10 with the Mustang. The map once more. Christian says, happy Saturday to you, Super Antonio. What did you do throughout the day? Also, where's Sadie? Sadie is here. Sadie is here. Let's see if we can get her to sit up. Say hi to Christian. Up. Say hi to Christian. Say hi to the chat. We can maintain the illusion that she's paying attention to the chat if I hold this potent canine bait in my hand. She just had her bath. Okay, here you go. Thank you. Appreciate it. Christian says, that beautiful girl of the heart. Look at the heart. That heart's for you. She's tired. She had a long walk and then a shower. And then after the shower, she gets the zoomies. And then after the zoomies, she has dinner. And then after dinner, we do the live stream. But she usually just wants to go to bed after that. Let me line up another video for y'all. And we can take a closer look with photo mode. Led Zeppelin says, hello, Sadie. What breed is she? She is half pit bull and then half a lot of other things like German Shepherd. What else? Labrador. So she's just kind of a mutt. But she's a princess to me. Maycall says, where can I find the rare Andalusian near Annesburg? Exactly where you said. You're talking about the Perlino? Christian says, Serena isn't here or Odog. What about David? Or are they busy today, Super Antonio? They will show up or they won't. I don't like pressuring people. I mean, you hang out if you want. If you don't have time or you're busy, that's fine too. Happy to see you if you do show up. Led Zeppelin says, oh, wow, she's very pretty. See, Led Zeppelin says you're pretty. She hears that a lot. She might be very spoiled. Villarreal says, Super Antonio, how long have you had Sadie? 2.5 years. I got her at 6 months. She had a lot of bad habits that I had to... that we had to rectify, and also she was a little overweight. She's a very active dog, and the lady who had her isn't very active and was pretty much just feeding her and leaving her in the crate. So she was a little overweight when I got her. Christian says, guys, don't forget to like the live stream. Thank you, Christian. Appreciate you, friend. Yeah, like the live stream and subscribe to the second channel, which is the pinned comment. The link is in the pinned comment and this video description for movie and Blu-ray reviews. Over here we talk, well, we talk about anything we want to in the chat, but we mostly talk about Red Dead Redemption 2 and Arthur and horses. But on the second channel, we talk about movies. Yeah, Sadie was 38 pounds when I got her and not full grown. She was teething, so she was a wild child and still a puppy even at 6 months. And I got her down to 34 pounds with a proper diet and proper exercise. And I started running with her. And now she's full grown at 50 pounds. Michael says, in your opinion, what is the best Mustang? Tiger Bay. And then the Grullo. Villarreal says, can we give any movie suggestions? You can, of course. Please do. We need content on the second channel. Though the next video is probably going to be on Jack Reacher. Because I need to do popular videos or popular movies and popular franchises. Just so I can get noticed by the algorithm. I can't just like keep doing things that I like. Christian says, Super Antonio, how do you know when a dog is overweight? Or can you tell just by looking at... You can kind of tell by looking at them. You know, it's like... you can like feel... You know, you can just like... When you're petting them, you can feel it around their shoulders or neck. Or belly, of course. Just like humans. Hortus says, the show or the movie? Actually, we're going to talk about both, Hort. We are going to talk about Tom Cruise's performance versus... the Amazon performance. Forget the name of that guy. Dan, maybe? That huge Viking they got to play Reacher. Because I've read the books as well, Hort. And I have so much respect for Tom Cruise as a movie star and a performer, and you know his Mission Impossible franchise and his career. I do think his Jack Reacher was a little bit of a miss, and But, you know, Tom Cruise had the hubris to pull it off. But come on. Alan Richardson, Hortus says, yes. Yeah. He's perfect in the role. Villarreal says, my favorite movie is The Fugitive with Harrison Ford. That's a good one. Tommy Lee Jones. I didn't kill my wife. I don't care. Mr. Manny, greetings, friend, says, will you be seeing the Oscars tomorrow, Super Antonio? No, I will not. I don't care. I don't believe in the mainstream media anymore, and I'm not invested in any of the modern shows in modern media. Serena's here. Everybody say hi to Serena. Serena says, hi, Antonio. Sorry I'm late. No need to apologize, Serena, ever. And Serena says, hi, everyone. Glad Ahmad is here, Serena, so you can keep these unruly bastards in line. Christian says, I'm glad Sadie is active now, but was she active when she was overweight, or is she still overweight? Because you said she was 38 pounds and now 24, if I'm right. No, when she was 6 months, she was 38 pounds. And then I got her down to 34, and now she is full grown at 50 pounds. Maycall says, Super Antonio, what is the character in Red Dead 2? I'm not sure what your question is, Maycall. And Mr. Matty says, my favorite movie is Oppenheimer or La La Land. I believe you have mentioned La La Land before, Mr. Matty. And Led Zeppelin says, hello, Star Hearts. Christian says, hello, Serena. Glad you made it to the live stream. Hope you are well. Serena says, hi, Led Zeppelin, and hi, Christian. And hi, Mr. Matty from Serena. Well done, Sereno. Miko says, hello, Serena. Serena says, hi, Miko. Yeah, you can feel, around the ribs. You feel a dog's ribs. If you can feel them, they're, depending on how much you can feel the ribs, will tell you if a dog's at a proper weight or, underweight. I mean, you don't want to have to feel every rib, but it's like you have to feel them. Mr. Matty says, howdy, Serena. Maycall says, I meant, who's the best character in Red Dead Redemption 2? That's got to be Arthur, of course, hands down. This is Arthur's game. An interesting character is who is the best character, not counting Arthur. That would be an interesting question. Gary Lewis says, 2 Mules for Sister Sarah. Clint Eastwood. That is a fine movie. I like that movie. I've seen all of Clint's movies, I think. Christian says, Serena, we are missing almost every mod. O-Dog is not here, or David, but they could be busy, or O-Dog is just lurking in the chat. We may never know. It is a Red Dead mystery. O-Dog will usually say, I'm here, if O-Dog's here. Serena says, hi to Mr. Matty, I believe, and hi, Gary. Gary Lewis, welcome, friend. Appreciate you being here. I would appreciate a sub on the second channel. That's where we shall be talking about all the other movies. Led Zeppelin says, Arthur and John is a tie for me. It's the choosing of a favorite child. I know what you mean. But this is Arthur's game, just as Red Dead 1 is John's game. And you get to play as John during the epilogue. Led Zeppelin. Serena says, yes, Christian, probably are busy. Yeah, they're busy. They have families. And poor David was going out of town. Mark Faraday, greetings, friend. Welcome, Mark. Says, Kane is a good dog and a good companion to little Jack. Yes, he is a good dog. Serena says, love your second channel, Antonio. Serena, the second channel loves you. Christian says, yeah, we could all be busy and miss some things. Villarreal says, I'm a big fan of Hosea. I am too. I mean, Arthur says that Dutch taught Arthur to read, but you know it was Hosea. You absolutely know it was Hosea. Gary Lewis says, hey, Star Hearts. Maycall says, what horse is better, the Missouri Foxtrotter or the Arabian? For me, personally, I like the Missouri Foxtrotter. Let's grab this snake while we're at it. And Serena says, hi, Villarreal. Ben's Trends says, hello, everyone. Just got here. Greetings, Ben's. Appreciate you being here, friend. Happy Saturday. Antonio and friends, did you see my recent video, GTA Online? I did. The chicken cluck chickens. Oh, Serena, I had a Red Dead Online question for you. Is there a black Mustang online? Didn't you have a black Mustang? I believe you did. Gary Lewis says, where are you, Gary Lewis? I lost you. I never play epilogue. I start immediately over. John doesn't deserve 2 games. Yeah, I can understand that. I can absolutely understand that. Ben Strent says, hi, Star. Villarreal says, Hosea was right during the whole story. Yeah, I think the only time I ever actually rage quit the game was when I had to take over the wagon. And I just missed Arthur so much that I just started over. Went back to chapter 1. Back in the snow. Serena says, oh, I think so. I haven't been online for a while, Antonio. I will look when I am online. Okay, yeah, I believe you've had a black Mustang before. Maycall says, is there a way to get to Armadillo with Arthur? Not without a glitch. Not without being in version 1 of the game. There's no way to do one now, I believe. 20 viewers in the chat. Appreciate you being here, friends. Happy Saturday. Christian says, yes, Super Antonio, there's a black Mustang. Kind of looks like an Oreo. Yeah, I've heard of that. And I believe, yeah, I remember that horse from the horse show. And I think someone actually named it Oreo. Serena, do you know who Jack Reacher is? He's on Amazon Prime. Hort, have you watched Jack Reacher on Amazon Prime? You must have. Your tastes are very similar to mine. Ben's Trend says, I'm going to start my Red Dead Challenge run soon, but it's going to be quite a grind. Yeah, but grinding in this game is fun. It's never a grind to me. Christian says, also to let you know, there is a black Turcoman. Yeah, you guys get all the best horses online. Michael says, is there a way to kill Micah in the last mission of chapter 6? No, you have to wait to the epilogue, regrettably. Serena says, Christian, I know a few people that post Red Dead 1 and 2. Can't remember their names. And Led Zeppelin says, I wish the online horses were in story mode. Yeah, there's no way to get them without a mod. Gary Lewis says, waiting for Red Dead 3, watching Dutch form the gang. Yeah, that would be a great going backwards, making the whole thing a prequel. 1870-ish with a very young Arthur. who isn't a playable character, like perhaps rescuing Arthur, finding Copper or something like that, meeting Hosea and Dutch and young Miss Grimshaw and Bessie. You know what would be interesting is if Colm is a partner in the original gang. And he gets, you know, Colm is the Micah. Also, the idea of the third Red Dead Redemption being about Dutch would make the whole series about his rise and fall. Much like the Star Wars prequels turned the entire 6 movies into the rise and fall and rise of Anakin Skywalker. So that would be my idea too, Gary Lewis. I was thinking of making a video on that. But I don't like speculative clickbaity videos that have nothing to do with, you know, we don't even know if we're getting a Red Dead 3. Christian says, to be honest, how would Red Dead Redemption 3 really look like? I think it would be a downgrade from this game. Ben's Trend says, it's mostly locking myself to weapons, the story, guys. You can't upgrade them, can't buy anything, and if my horse dies, I can't use that breed again. And I have 30 lives. If those run out, I will fail. Are you allowed to use health items? Ben's Trends. Maycall says, where can we find Mary Linton in the epilogue? You can find her in the final end credits scene, visiting Arthur's grave. Mark says, Dutch's mother died in Blackwater. Yeah, her grave is in the Blackwater Cemetery. I have a video on that. Christian says, Serena, I'm talking about Super Antonio posts every day, so do you, Serena? Yeah, Serena posts more than I do, Christian. She's very prolific. I'm only posting every day because we're doing a 100-day march. And what day are we on? We are on day 39 of a 100-day march. Serena says, thinking the same, Christian. They will be very young in Red Dead 3. And Gary Lewis says, oh yeah, preach Antonio. Thank you, Gary. Serena says, don't think you can find Mary Linton in epilogue? Never seen her. And Villarreal says, in the end, Red Dead 3 should be the Blackwater boat heist. That would be quite a time jump. And I don't think we could do that. Let me find another video for you guys. See, I have all these tiny videos that are mostly about horse taming. Villarreal says, where it went wrong. That would work if we were following Davy Calendar, which would also be an interesting Red Dead 3 prequel, where we do the year before and we explore Davy's character, and then during post-game we free roam as Arthur, and we do the epilogue 1 and 2 as Arthur, just like we did that with John in this game. Christian says, still does not matter, Super Antonio and Serena and everyone in the chat. You're all the best partners. Thank you, Christian. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate your support. Led Zeppelin says, I think it'd be cool if it was like GTA 5, where you can play as Hosea, Dutch, and Arthur. Yeah, switch character. I thought we could do that first playthrough in Red Dead 2. There was a Lenny moment on the train job where I wondered where I was assuming we could switch to Lenny, and we stayed with Arthur. Doc is here. Welcome, Doc. Everybody say hi to Doc. Doc Skullhammer says, Red Dead 3, cowboys and aliens. Christian says, you're welcome. Serena Villarreal says, and Jenny Serena says, hi, Doc. Doc says, howdy, Serena. Hi, everyone. Doc, how I have missed you. How I have missed that, your profile picture. How have you been, friend? Thanks for being here. Really appreciate you being here. Doc Skullhammer is one of the original, it's probably my first mod along with Serena, and one of the original members of the channel from way back before we got monetized. Perhaps like the first 100. Doc, how you been? What you been up to, friend? Thanks for being here. What's going on with you? Via Real says, hi, Doc and Serena. Christian says, hello, Doc. Hope you are well, friend. I'm so upset that O-Dog and David are not here, Doc, because I know they wanted to talk to you. But look, we've got a whole new chat. Look at all these young minds and that you can shape and influence with your sagacity and wisdom. Doc says, little sickly, but coming out of it. Miko says, hello, Mr. Doc. Yeah, Miko, Doc. Everyone say hi to Doc. He's one of my favorite people. Hasn't been around for a while. He's always welcome here. He always has a home here. We just had another horse show, Doc, and we didn't get one of your horses. I miss you. I miss you a lot. Doc says, I'm impressed. Well, Doc, you're impressive. Ben Strand says, but I think this challenge will be fun. But keep in mind, no buying anything, so I'll probably have max hair length and 8 beard length. Serena says, that's no good. Get better soon, Doc. And Ben Strand says, hello, Doc. Hort, do you remember Doc? Were you here when Doc Skullhammer was around, or Hort, were you did you come afterwards? Mark says, I have a situation where 6 plants in the Herbalist Challenge are located in the Blackwater area. Do you recommend trying to reach those herbs when trying to save Sean? Either then or do it before, like, before it becomes active. You have an opportunity. You can't really get off the horse once once you're following Trelawney, when you're going for the boat. So do it when Javier and Charles are at camp. You have a little opportunity to explore around there. Michael says, yes, we can get Silver Dollar in the epilogue. A gray tour or Javier's horse in the epilogue. Yes, all those gang horses are available in the epilogue except for the Count and Baylock. Christian says, get well soon, Doc. Christian says, mark a glitch. You can do, Mark, a glitch where you can do is when you have Reverend on the back of your horse. Yes, Christian. You can hang out in Blackwater with the Reverend on the horse. Serena says, Antonio, I watched one of your shorts about horse show. Thank you for showing my horse and character. I was happy to, Serena. I did that because David submitted his horse late, and I wanted to put him in something. Ben's Trend says, I have an Xbox Live now, and I want to try Red Dead Online, but I feel I will get destroyed by griefers like GTA Online. Yeah, you could talk to Serena about that. She has lots of tips and tricks for her Red Dead Online playthroughs. How have you been, Doc? What are you reading these days? I saw Stephen King had a new novel out. It's huge, and it was almost $40. And as far as I could tell, it's not supernatural. I read a little bit of it at Barnes & Noble. Serena says, Benz, when I play online, I go in defensive mode. Maycall says, did Sadie fall asleep? She did, regrettably. Well, she's not asleep, but she's very tired. And Gary Lewis says, you can't get an L2, Uncle's Horses, before epilogue, and I want it. Let's see, like, Doc hasn't been around so long that he doesn't even know about Sadie. We got a dog. Sit, hop, hop. Say hi to Doc. Hop. Hey, come on. Get up. Say hi to Doc and Serena. As long as I hold this, she will be here. She will pretend to be involved in the chat. Huxley says, the stream was recommended for me on my homepage. Well done, Huxley. Appreciate you checking in. What was I going to say? Thank you, algorithm. Let's find you another video. Sadie moved to her crate. Yeah, Doc, you haven't been around so long, you don't even know about the dog. That dog completely changed my life. Led Zeppelin says, I did send you an Arabian, but I went back to my colt, my main horse I've used for years, so I sent him to you. Yeah, I saw your email, Led Zeppelin. Mark says, hey, Doc. Doc is a great name, like Doc Holliday in Tombstone. Serena says, hi, Huxley. And Huxley says, hey, yo. And Serena says, hi, Mark. And Doc says, I'm jealous. Yeah, you've missed so much. I'm so glad you're back. I'm so happy. Christian says, hello, Sadie, superantonio. Dog is mostly asleep. Because every day he works out. And I think he takes Sadie to the park and does laps as well. So mostly she is tired in all live streams. Yeah, Christian, we run Sadie. We run her not all day, but I do a run. She loves to run. I mean, I think she's happiest running. And, you know, I'm running at perhaps 80% and she's probably at 40%. I mean, she could easily outrun me. Serena says, hi, Sadie, beautiful as always. Serena, Sadie thinks you're beautiful as always. Ben's Trent says, okay, that sounds great. Thanks for the tip, Star Hearts. I might go give online a go tomorrow. Mostly just want the exclusive online Mustang. Mark Faraday says, hi, Star Heart Emoticon. Serena says, you're welcome, Bent. Doc says, hee, we haven't had a dog since our last little Jewel. Yeah, I love her. I really do. She made me believe in love again, Doc. Gary Lewis says, I think Abigail was the true traitor. What do you think, Antonio? I don't think the devs gave that much thought to Abigail. So I know that's a popular fan theory, but I don't hold to it personally. Mama One is back and says, hey, everyone. Greetings, Mama One. I hope you're feeling better. I'm sorry about your dog. Mama One had a Jack Russell Terrier, as I recall, and you just missed Sadie, but I'm going to bring her back for you. Gary Lewis says, no, we talked about that. Maycall says, your videos are really helpful. Thank you, friend. Appreciate it. And Mama One says, hey, everyone. Doc Skullhammer says, what is her breed? She's a mix, Doc. Let me get some more potent canine bait. Everyone, talk amongst yourselves. Come on, you have to see Mama One. Come here. Hey. Pop up. There she is. Okay, say hi to Mama One. She misses her dog. She had a dog just like you. Okay, where were we? Serena says, hi, Mama. Led Zeppelin says, this definitely is the nicest group of people on a YouTube channel, hands down. We are very proud of our community here, Led Zeppelin, and we are very happy that you are a part of it. Mama One says, hi, Star Hearts. And Serena says, I agree, Led Zeppelin. It's the best group. Ben's Trend says, I definitely want the Navy revolver from Red Dead Online. Might make my Western story character as my avatar. And Doc says, I love that face. Doc, Sadie loves your face. Christian says, Ben's Trends, the exclusive Mustangs all cost 500 and one costs 28 golds. It's the black one we always call Oreo because it looks like an Oreo. And now I want an Oreo. I haven't had an Oreo cookie in I don't know, probably not since the holidays. As I recall, during the holidays, I had an Oreo cookie that it had white chocolate on it. It had like a white chocolate frosting thing. Mama One says, "Hey Sadie, you always make me smile, and you too, Super Antonio." Thanks, Mama One. Then my work here is done. And finally, Sadie, the co-host, does her job and makes you smile. That's what I was thinking about that very thought, Mama One, on one of our walks when we walked by this lady who was she was obviously walking home from work. She was very tired, but she stopped to pet the dog and just kind of brightened her day a little bit. As we walked away, that's what I told Sadie. It's like you brighten everyone's day. And that's important. That's a good thing. Plus, it lowers blood pressure to pet a dog. So I'm always happy to let randos pet her if they want to. Ben says, "Okay, thanks for the tip, Christian. I'll definitely need to get some money. I really want the orange and white dun Mustang, mostly because it's my hometown football colors. I wish O-Dog was here so we could talk football. O-Dog is the football correspondent. Doc, do you follow football?" The 49ers is the channel team because of David. You recall David, the other mod. And Pittsburgh because for O-Dog, but we can add your team too, Doc, if you're following someone in the Midwest, or the Bears probably, because you're in Indiana, as I recall, so you probably like the Bears. Gary Lewis says, "Finally got the Legend of the East outfit. Took forever. I used to be obsessed with that outfit. First year of this channel. Made a lot of videos on getting that with Arthur." Christian asks, "Super Antonio or any of the mods never fail to make us smile, Mama One. We love you, Super Antonio, and all the mods, also known as Serena, O-Dog, David, and now Doc. We love you, friends." Christian is always happy. We're always happy to see you, friend. Mama One says, "Reverse Dapple Thoroughbred versus Brindle." Personally, I like the Brindle better for hunting. I do like that reverse ? Blaze. It's a nice coat. It's a nice Ultimate Edition perk. I like him for videos just because not everyone has one, but pound for pound, I prefer the Brindle. Doc says, "There are plenty of things to feel bad about, but if you can simply brighten someone's day, it's uplifting. I gave a cash $5 tip to my drive-thru operator today, and she smiled enough to last me." And Dr. Skullhammer says, "The Bears, I like the Bears for sure." Well done, Doc. Mr. Matty says, "I like the Broncos and the Dolphins." The Miami Dolphins were featured in Ace Ventura, as I recall. Serena says, "Thank you, Christian. We love you too, friend." And Gary Lewis says, "Dolphins for life." And Christian says, "Thanks, Serena." Ben's Trent says, "I really want to find a new horse for John. I think I'll replace the Dapple Thoroughbred. But since I don't have Rachel or Buell, I'm at a crossroads." Yeah, I always keep Rachel for John. And Serena says, "You're welcome, Christian." Mikkel says, "Super Antonio, how can I take the side holster from the gun belt?" You mean the offhand holster? There's a mod you can do it, but apart from just staying in Chapter 2 and not rescuing Micah, that's the easiest way. O-Dog is here. O-Dog, we finally got Doc to make an appearance. And Serena says, hi, O-Dog. And Doc remembers you. Christian says, there he is. It's O-Dog. And O-Dog says, what's up, Doc? It's been a while since you have said that, friend. I'm so happy to have Doc Skullhammer back. I believe Doc Skullhammer is a World of Warcraft reference, if I recall. O-Dog says, how the hell have you been? Yes, indeed. And Ben says, the Miami Dolphins are cool. One of the main characters wear a Miami Dolphins jacket in one of my favorite games ever, Hotline, Miami 2, wrong number. O-Dog says, what up, Christian? Yeah, I only know, I mean, I don't follow football. I don't follow many, I don't follow most sports. I am interested in the upcoming fight between Logan Paul and Mike Tyson, even though it's going to be more of an exhibition fight, and Iron Mike's going to be 60 by the time it comes. I'm glad he's going to get a really good paycheck. How tall is Logan Paul? Logan Paul height. Yeah, he's 6'2". Mike Tyson is 5 foot something. Oh, he's fighting. Yeah, Mike Tyson is 5'10", but I think he's fighting Jake Paul, the brother. Anyways. Villarreal says, Super Antonio, you got the whole squad here. Yes, we do. I'm very happy about that. Christian says, nothing much, O-Dog. What about you, friend? And Mama One says, it is sad how John got Rachel. Is it ever said how John got Rachel? No, it's not. He had no money. Really, and thoroughbreds were expensive. Yes, perhaps a kindly widow gave John Rachel for helping her chop wood. And that's why Abigail hates Rachel so much. Serena says, it's good to see Doc. I missed him. Yes, we all missed you, Doc. Led Zeppelin says, hey, O-Dog. And Gary Lewis says, I always blow up my first here with dynamite to open the stable. Yes, that works. Led Zeppelin says, Mr. Matty says it's Jake Paul. Yeah, it's Jake Paul. How tall is Jake Paul? And Led Zeppelin says, wasn't it Jake? Yeah, I'm very curious about that fight. Mr. Matty says, Logan is WWE. Doc says, I played World of Warcraft for about 10 years, but the Skullhammer handle is original as far as I know. It sounds ungentle, but you have to get to know him. I've always liked that, your name, Doc. A to the B to the Z, aka Donut Lord, says, you should name him or her Dune Part 2. And Gary Lewis says, sorry, typo. Ben says, I love the Mustangs in this game. They are the mutts of the horse world and are very rowdy and cool. Very iconic horse. Very, symbolic of the American West and Southwest. Makeall says, what is the best saddle in the game that you can craft? The Rattlesnake Vaquero saddle by the Trapper. 10 perfect snakes. Christian says, Mama One, I suggest when he shot that man, he probably stole his thoroughbred. Miko says, hey, hello, O-Dog. Mama One says, maybe that's why Abigail always seems mad at John. Yeah, don't tell Abigail. Mama One says, Christian, that is actually a solid theory. Doc Skullhammer says, I've known women who made me think of Mustangs, and I've also known men who made me think of asses. Yes, indeed, Doc. I'm glad you're still playing this game. Are you playing anything new? Have you moved on, Doc? Have you gotten a PS5, perhaps? We still haven't gotten a PS5 for this channel. Maycall asks, what is the best gun in online Red Dead Redemption 2? That is a question for you, Serena. Serena says, I like William, and Serena, William likes you. Ben says, I mostly call my Mustangs Spanish things like peso, combined with John using a pencil mustache. To be reborn as Juan, I have my Mexican gunslinger, Juan Marston. And Doc Skullhammer says, mostly Red Dead 2. I'm glad you're still playing. Glad you're, it was great seeing you in the comments. Glad you're still with the channel. Appreciate you being here, friend. I am going to show you a preview of the Bad Honor playthrough. That's for you, Doc. Hold on. We'll just keep going. Call in an audible, and we're going to go past an hour just so we can hang out with Doc a little bit more. Christian says, best strangers he can meet as Arthur or John is Hamish and William. Well, also Albert Mason. I like the relationship Albert Mason has with Arthur and Algernon. Algernon is Arthur's quirkiest friend. Serena says, the gun I use is the Lancaster, my favorite. I don't know much about weapons. Gary says, I love the High Roller 38. Maycall says, my favorite gun in the online Red Dead Redemption is the Navy revolver. And Odoc says, greetings, Miko. Doc Skullhammer says, love that horse. That horse loves you, Doc. And I believe my obsession with the Piebald Tobiano started after you left the channel or after you became inactive. I don't think this was around before. Doc, I think, is actually pre-COVID. And as always, I have to say, I hate that we can make that a delineation in our lives, pre-COVID and post-COVID. Super annoying. Serena says, I love these sawed-off guns and Algernon's gun. And Odog asks, Doc, where have you been hiding? Mama One says, I used to have a white Mustang years ago, and her name was Peach. That's a cute name. After her favorite treat. She was a wonderful horse. She would let the old farm dog ride on her back as long as I was in the saddle. That's very charming. And a cute name for a horse. Doc Skullhammer says, yes. If you have any pictures of Peach, Mama One, you should submit her for the next horse show, which we're going to do at 20K. Maycall says, can you craft saddles in Red Dead Redemption Online? That is a question for you, Serena. And Gary says, I've been addicted to Red Dead since the release. Same here. I've been playing this game every day since release, and I never get tired of it. But I love this game so much I started this channel. Doc says, simply playing Red Dead 2 and Sniper Elite 5. There's enough there to keep you busy for a long time. And Christian says, I find it funny with Arthur and Algernon. He offers him a hat, and Arthur says no to him wearing the hat. Yeah, it's a little too fancy for Arthur, but it's nice that Algernon made an effort. You know, anytime someone makes you something, you have to accept it graciously because, you know, they made it. It's made out of love and or affection. You know, it's like, it's important. Serena says, same, Gary, been playing since game came out. Led Zeppelin says, good night, Super Antonio and friends. Led Zeppelin, appreciate you stopping by. I really appreciate you subscribing to the second channel. for movie and TV reviews. We'll see you soon. Led Zeppelin, he comes from the land of ice and snow. Odog says, great to have you back. That's for you, Doc. And Mikal says, Serena, what is the best horse in Red Dead Redemption Online? Yes, you need to ask Serena for all things Red Dead Online. We are grabbing some wild time. Christian asks Super Antonio to purchase the Trapper saddles in online. Go to the stable, and at the bottom it will say special or pre-ordered saddles, but they are expensive. Yeah, everything's expensive online. Doc says Arthur doesn't judge Algernon. Beyond a brusque comment here and there, Arthur seems very tolerant and even supportive. Yeah, I love Arthur meeting, his fanciest friend in Saint Denis. It's definitely Algernon. Mama one says, I'll look through my old photos that I have on the computer and see if I got, I'm sure I have got pics of Peach and Pete. That was the farm dog's name. Yeah, it would be very charming. I always like having actual horses in the horse show. Christian says, good night, Led Zeppelin. You get your rest now, you hear? And Odog says, everyone say a prayer for David. Yes. Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. David lost his little sister. Very sad. And I believe they are dealing with that this weekend. Yeah, that's got to be hard. And this guy respawned. No hard feelings. He challenges us again. And this is kind of funny. Serena says, don't think you can craft saddles online. You have to buy them from the stable. And this is the Bad Honor playthrough, after all. That's one way to win. Ben's Trent says, when I overwrote my main 89% save file, I felt the worst pit in my stomach when I realized 5 seconds after, yeah, losing all that progress. But, I would rather lose progress than a horse. And this game to me is not about progress. It's about living in this world. Christian says, yeah, Serena, you can't craft them. You have to buy them. But they are so expensive. Mostly half of them require gold bars. Serena says, my favorite horse is my red chestnut horse. I think it's a Turkoman horse. I love all the horses and my white Arabian. Yes, Midnight Moon, I believe is your white Arabian's name. Odog says, yes, he's handling that. Keep him in prayer. About David, yes. Makal asks, Super Antonio, what revolver is better, the Lamat or the Schofield? I believe the Lamat is better, personally. That's the one that has the extra barrel that you can put a shotgun shell in, and you can load an incendiary in there. If I'm thinking of the right one. Gary Lewis says, I do that whole mission not for the gun, but the hat he gives you. Wear it with the Rambler jacket. Yeah, be proud of that hat. Arthur worked hard for that hat. Hortus says, well, I guess he met a real gunslinger, all right. Yes, Hortus. He'll respawn if you kill him, and you can ask him again. So he keeps coming back. So we're not actually killing him. He has good insurance. He rests. He's only sleeping, and then he comes back. Odog says, sup, Hort? And Serena says, hi, Hortus. And Hortus says, how y'all doing? And Christian says, Serena, what's surprising is I have like $12,000 online. Ben's Trent says, so now I'm at 88% new file, but I don't have Buell. But that's all right with me. I still enjoy the game. And Serena says, bye, Led Zeppelin. Is it Led Zeppelin or Left Zeppelin? I've always been assuming it's Led Zeppelin. Hortus says, I have over 1,200 gold and over 100,000 cash in Red Dead Online. And Makal says, Super Antonio, if you had to decide on one horse, which would it be? Either Biscuit or this one. The Silver Dapple Pinto Missouri Foxtrotter or the Piebald Tobiano. Serena says, wow, Christian, that's good. I can't remember how much I have. Haven't been online for a while. I will get on. Yeah, all of you keep this game alive in your hearts and on your consoles and computers. Serena says, wow, Hortus, awesome. Hortus says, wow, Serena, you're awesome. I know you didn't say that, Hortus, but you meant it. You meant to say it. Mama One says, I lost all my progress the other day, but oh well. Just means more fun. Currently, my horse for the playthrough I just started are the Blackshire, Reverse Dapple Thoroughbred, and Piebald Hungarian. That's a fine stable you got there, Mama One. And yeah, oh well, I never worry about, you know, I love replaying missions. I just love living in this world. Hortus says, never actually purchased gold, accumulated all that by grinding challenges and bounties. That's the way to do it, Hort. Gary Lewis says, the extra and the change of dialogue makes having low honor worth it. Christian says, my main horse for online is Biscuit. Yeah, the most interesting aspects for Bad Honor, this Bad Honor playthrough is, for me, is the freedom to like just, you know, to be mean and to kill anyone that annoys you, and also the extra dialogue. Serena says, nice, Christian. And Ben says, at the end of my challenge run, Arthur will look like such a hobo. Long beard, long hair, no shoes, crusty union shirt, dirty work pants. That's the way to do it, Christian. And Doc says, I have tried to have a Bad Honor playthrough, just can't bring myself to be that mean. Yeah, that's what we're doing in Free Roam Fridays now. This is the Bad Honor Arthur Doc. He has the rat hat. I like these vaquero chaps. And we got this horse from a bounty hunter. Makal says, what breed of horse was Boadicea? I believe Boadicea in this game was the liver chestnut Hungarian half-bred. That's what makes sense for me, and I still haven't made a video on that, and I really should. Hortus says, I'm in the epilogues now from a low honor playthrough. Already thinking about firing up another run. Yeah, I know what you mean, Hortus. Serena says, same Doc, I can't either about low honor playthroughs. Mama One says, what's your take on Arabian? I used the white Arabian the first time and was devastated when she died. Her name was the Duchess, but now I prefer a bigger horse for Arthur. Yeah, I prefer the bigger horses for Arthur. I think John looks great on the smaller horses. The Arabians are super fast, super flexible. You know, they can spin and turn around really well. They're very popular for the channel, technically. You know, it's like I can make, if I'm like starving for views, I can make an Arabian video and easily get 1,000 views from randos. The Arabians are certainly the most popular horse on this game for casual players. So they're good for the channel, but I probably wouldn't really be playing on Arabian if it wasn't for this channel. I do like the piebalds. I like the Hungarians and I like the thoroughbreds. And kind of like the Turkomans, but only because that bronze Cerberus is hard to get for Arthur. I like any horse that is hard for Arthur to get. Ben says, for past me when it came to high honor, it was need the discounts, man. But now it's just the way to play, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And Gary Lewis says, people Forget you're an outlaw and not superhero trying to save the world. And Christian says, wish I got the outlaw pass. It gave out Arthur's closest closed shotgun coat. Serena says, Mama, I love my white Arabian. It's fast, gets skittish around predators. Doc says, take a look at the thoroughbreds, Mama One. I tamed a blood bay one, and he's been magnificent. Christian says, Arabians have speed, but when it comes to any danger, it will buck you faster than a bull, as Arthur would say, trying to ride the Count. Well said, Christian. Makal says, I have already finished Red Dead Redemption 3 times, but still cannot find the Andalusian north of Annesburg. Yeah, they're on the I have many videos on that horse, on the Perlino. But he's at the waterfall. They spawn very consistently, male and female. Search my channel for the Perlino. I've got many guides on him, Christian. Or Mikal, sorry. Mama One says, Bodicea was supposed to be in-game, but was cut because they wanted us to choose our horse breed and make us bond as players with our horse, instead of Arthur already having a bond. That makes sense, Mama One. Serena asks, what breed was Bodicea? I believe the liver chestnut Hungarian half-bred. A very active chat, thanks to you, Doc. But it's hard on the old voice. Let's grab some mint for big game mint. Doc says, I recommend getting off and fighting the wolves on foot, or part of a foot. I missed you, Doc. I'm glad you're back. Ben says, for me, whenever I get to an old save, I let out a groan for all the treasure hunting I got to do. Know the spots. It is very time consuming. Nahyan Amin is in the chat and says, I always thought Boudica was a breadcrumb clue from Rockstar about Red Dead 3, like all the Blackwater stuff. You may be right there, Nahyan. And welcome. Happy Saturday. Serena says, I love thoroughbreds. Serena, thoroughbreds love you. Doc says, I was born in Kentucky and have seen a lot of thoroughbreds. Well done, Doc. Christian says, I wonder who else, a lot of history in Kentucky. Christian says, I wonder who else tried to ride the Count, because he's only calm around Dutch. Probably talked the horse into a fine conversation. Mama One says, I love my thoroughbreds and Hungarians. Now I love my Dapple Black, but I have a huge love for the Blood Bay. And Serena says, hi, Nahyan. Gary Lewis says, chocolate Dutch at Valentine's Stable is great. Mine is named Pork Chop. Arthur does love his pork chops. Mikal says, for me, the Andalusian doesn't spawn. You may have to upgrade your game files. Make sure you have the latest update. Mikal. And Mikal says, tried like 5 times. Yeah, you might be playing on an old save or an old, you have to try, make sure you have the latest update. Ben says, back in Red Dead 1, always dismounted and had a knife fight with a pack of 10 wolves. It was fierce and a tense battle. Yeah, sounds like it. Those wolves aren't a joke in Red Dead 1. Serena says, I can't ride gang horses, won't let me. And I know Ben's always wolves for me too. Mikal says, sorry for the autocorrect. Ben says, I live in Tennessee and a lot of farmland around me have beautiful horses. There's a black and white paint on the farm down the road from me. He is always in the sun. Mama One says, I love the sound of your voice. Something about you makes the world seem calm. You talk to anyone like they are old friends, even if you just met. That's why this is my favorite channel and YouTuber. Well, I appreciate you being here, Mama One. And yeah, I do, I started that with the videos and the narration of the old videos where I just tried to project a calmness and a friendliness And the easiest way for me to do that was to imagine that I'm just talking to an old friend. And I did that as a reaction to the videos I were watching where everyone was talking loud and projecting a lot of excitement and, in my mind, false enthusiasm, because they're trying to keep your attention, and they're going after the teenagers and the 12-year-olds. I just wanted something calm, more calm and more. I don't like the word mature, but I think it works in this sense, I guess. Christian says, anyone think how Pearson stew would taste in real life? Is it as bad as the gang members say it is? Well, I'm sure it's nutritious and filling, but I think they were spoiled for food choices. They're not like us. Doc says, I love fighting wolves, but I don't always win, and Super Antonio is a national treasure. You are a national treasure, Doc, and I miss you. I'm glad you're here. You made my Saturday. Makall says, I am a new subscriber. I was just thanking you for helping me. I appreciate you, Makall, for subscribing. If you get a minute, subscribe to my second channel. The link is in the pinned comment, where we do movie and video reviews. Doc, we're doing movie reviews on the second channel now, in case you don't know. Serena says, more Pack of Wolves in Red Dead 1 than 2. Christian says, also Super Antonio, you can search this in your own time. Anyone search up cut dialogue for riding gang horses in Red Dead Redemption 2. A good tip. Odog says, you guys don't give the paid for horses enough love, LOL. Yeah, Odog, everyone loves free stuff. Ben's Trent says, my first Antonio video was the flaxen chestnut around Flatneck. I really wanted one, and your guide popped up, and the rest is history. Well, I appreciate you being here, friend. I used to love that horse. I believe the flaxen chestnut was my first favorite horse for Arthur. Gary Lewis says, John missed it over Abigail's cooking. I bet, yeah, Abigail kind of cooks, but I was going to say Uncle cooks. But no, Abigail serves and cooks. Makall says, I just subscribed to your other channel. Thank you, Makall. Really appreciate it. Our next video, I believe, will be on Jack Reacher. Doc, have you read any of Jack Reacher's books? Lee Child. Or have you been watching the series on Amazon Prime? Lee Child kind of reminds me of Tom Clancy's books. Tom Clancy is more technical, however. Mama One says, my husband has PTSD. I'm sorry to hear that. From being shot in the back in the head in Vietnam. He was 18, and when he has his flashbacks, if I turn your videos on, he calms down. He loves Wild West stuff. Oh, that's nice to hear, Mama One, and very humbling for me. I'm happy to be here for you and your husband. We really appreciate his service. I've got chills thinking about it. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that. Thank you for sharing that with me in the chat. And please tell him that he has our undying gratitude, and thank him for his service. I come from a military family. My family and my extended family has served in every branch, and we go back to the Spanish-American War. Our record of service on on both sides of the Spanish-American War. Odog says, I meant the horses that came with the Ultimate and Deluxe editions. Okay, Odog, yeah, I know what you mean. But Mama One has the reverse dapple thoroughbred. Doc says, I love Jack Reacher. Okay, Doc, that's the next video. We're going to be talking about that. Doc says, I've watched all of Reacher on Netflix, and I have 7 of Child's books. Yeah, I got intrigued by Jack Reacher after I watched the Tom Cruise movie, and everyone was freaking out because he was too short. And then I started reading Lee Child's books, and they're very addictive. They're very fast reads. So I could see what the problem was. Ben's Trent says, O-Dog, the Warhorse, and Dapple Thoroughbred are really awesome. My personal favorite out of the two is the Dapple. Maycall says, Super Antonio Red Dead Redemption 2 character is the best one, but you cannot say Arthur Morgan. Yeah, I know. That's a good question. I'd probably vote for Sadie and Charles and the Trapper. Christian says, also guys, if Super Antonio doesn't read your comment, it's not that he's ignoring you, but he does read every comment. I try, Christian, but sometimes the chat moves too fast. Maycall asks, Super Antonio, what state do you live in? I live in the great state of Lemoyne in Saint Denis. Doc says, I don't care for Child's prose. I do like King's. You know, Lee Child is a Brit, Doc. It's his literal native language. I find it ironic that he can write about an American so well. But I know what you mean. But he has a very fast-paced, readable style that's not really for you and me, Doc. It's for an audience that has less of an attention span. Ben Trent says, Doc's aura radiates so much swagger. Yes, he does. He is a founding member of this channel and this chat. And I believe, Doc, this is your first live stream, so I do appreciate you being here. Christian says, glad to hear Doc, and Doc says, I have an old aura, Ben Trends. Doc, you are in your prime, sir. And that is all I have for you tonight. I really appreciate all of you being here. Shout out to the mods, the original mods, Doc and Serena, who were, I believe, my first mods in this game. O-Dog, glad you're here. Everyone have a prayer for David and his family. Mama One, be sure to thank your husband for his service. We appreciate you being here. We shall return tomorrow for a campfire chat at 7 p.m. PST. And let's see, what else? Thank you for subscribing to the second channel. We shall talk more tomorrow night. Everyone, enjoy your evening. Doc, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you, friend.